can open up the book, and here's the title page. It says, Breathing Makes It Better. A book for sad days, glad days, and all the feelings in between. You can hold up the picture here, and then we'll also take a look down here. And it says, you are alive. And because you are alive, you have feelings and emotions just like every person on earth. Sometimes you feel happy, silly, joyful, and calm. And sometimes you feel sad, angry, scared, and alone. And it can be uncomfortable. And we wrote that because that's really true for all of us. Everyone in the world, your teachers, your friends, maybe even your pets, right? People you look up to, everyone's got really strong feelings, and it can be kind of hard sometimes. And you can turn the page. And you see here, but if you watch and really notice, feelings come and go. Just like your breath goes in and out in each little moment of the day. So I'm going to encourage all of you just to really notice your feelings coming and going, just like you notice your breath coming and going in every moment of the day. You can turn the page again. And you might look at the illustration here. How do you think she looks? What do you think she's feeling? Yeah, I think she's looking sad, basically. And if you want to, you can even make a sad face. That's my sad face. And then the writing says, when your morning starts out terrible and your heart feels hurt or broken, you can stop and take a breath. We can do that together. Feel your breath go all the way in and all the way back out. You might notice things change a little bit when you do that breath. And we can turn the page again. When I'm sad, be still, be here. I shine warm and bright like the sun, full of light. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. Because the sun is always there shining, even behind the clouds. We forget that. I forget that a lot, but it's the same as true in our minds. We can have all kinds of strong feelings or sad feelings or whatever else might be going on, but there's still sun shining behind there in our minds. How's this guy look here? It says, when trouble lurks around every corner and your stomach aches and churns. Churns is kind of a big word, and it means like turning over and over in your stomach, if you don't know. You might think, if your stomach is aching and churning, how might you feel, or how's this boy feel? I think he looks a little bit scared. You can stop and take a breath. You can turn that page again. When I'm anxious, be still, be here. I stay strong and secure, strong and sure, like a mountain secure. Breathe in, breathe out, peace is near. So even authors who write their own books, we sometimes don't always read them right. It's kind of a funny thing. None of us are perfect, right? And what we tried to do with this book was we feel really inspired by nature and being out in the world. And so we were thinking, you know, what's strong and secure? Well, a mountain, right? And, you know, we try to think about that with really all these different pages. You know, the sun is warm and bright. A mountain is strong and secure for when we're feeling scared. And we can keep thinking about what are the other feelings that we might feel and what from nature can we connect with. So on the next page, when the world feels strange and lonely and your chest feels tight and closed, you can do what? Stop and take a breath. When I'm alone, be still, be here. I stand like a tree in the woods, tall and free. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. And we thought of a tree because a tree, right, it's really strong, but it bends a little bit still, but it doesn't break. And on the next page, when life seems unfair and beyond your control, and your face feels hot and fiery, I know what emotion I feel when my face is hot and fiery, I'm usually pretty angry and frustrated, but we can stop and take a breath. And this brings me to my favorite page in the book that Aaliyah drew. I think it's such a beautiful picture. When I'm angry, be still, be here. I rise in the sky like a cloud flying high. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. And we can move on again to the next page. It's the little girl on the cover. When nothing makes sense and the answers are missing, and your brain feels dull and jumbled, which used to happen to me sometimes in school, probably for a lot of us, what do you think you can do? You can stop and take a breath. And then it's my second favorite picture in the book. When I'm confused, be still, be here. I rest like a mirror on a lake, calm and clear. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. Right? Because if our mind is jumbled, what's the opposite of jumbled and dull? It's being really clear. We thought a lake, a beautiful lake, could be really something that's really clear. When darkness and shadows are everywhere, and your lungs feel short and shallow, what happens if you can't breathe, right? Usually you're scared. You can stop and take a breath. I can share the picture here. When I'm scared, be still, be here. I relax and let go. Like a river, I flow. Breathe in, breathe out. Peace is near. To be alive is to have feelings and emotions. And when you breathe in and out and pay attention to your breath, you can watch your feelings come and go. Happy and sad, silly and angry, joyful and scared, calm and alone. All these different feelings that all of us in the world have, right? And I learned from a teacher of mine who liked to say, when you breathe, you are alive. And because you are alive, anything is possible. So I just want you to remember that because you are alive, anything is possible. So thank you so much for reading with me. Breathing makes it better. And hopefully you enjoyed this and maybe want to watch it again. And if you want, you can also check out my other books. And someday, I hope I'll be able to visit you in person and see your schools and see your classrooms. because I just love coming to London. So hopefully I will see you soon. For me, I've really found that breathing, it's kind of like a remote control that can turn off the alarm in my brain when it's going off. I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I just feel a little bit better, and my head feels a bit more clear, and I can see things a bit more clearly. And so much really changes, even just by focusing on my breath for a little bit. And so I've written a few different books about breathing and about mindfulness, and I really try to make them fun. So about a year ago, I wrote this book called Alpha Breaths. And it's really an alphabet book of a bunch of different kind of fun, kind of silly breathing practices. So it's got things like the alligator breath and the butterfly breath. So the alligator breath, we can just take our arms and breathe in and breathe back out. Or the hot chocolate breath, you can imagine you've got a cup of hot chocolate and it's really hot. You might just want to breathe in smelling and blowing out, cooling off. And it's got all kinds of other fun ideas. It's got the ninja breath, and it's got the superhero breath, and it's got the underwater breath, and just a lot of other really fun things. I wrote it with my friend Daniel. There's the ninja breath, and it was actually illustrated by someone in Wales, not too far from all of you. It's the superhero breath over here. And so you can check that out. And I also just wrote this book called The Breathing Book. And it's actually a book that you use your breath to explore the book. So when you start reading the book, it tells you things like turn the page with your breath, or balance the book on your head, or put on your belly and feel your breath move the book up and down, and listen to the sound of the pages turning. It's kind of another silly, fun book. But what I'm going to be reading for you today is this book here, which is called Breathing Makes It Better. There it is in the background. And it was also actually the person who made the illustrations is in England, or I know all of you are. Her name is Aaliyah Marley, and she made these wonderful illustrations that I'll be able to share with you. And I also wrote it with my friend Wendy O'Leary, and we just met and we both had a kind of a similar idea for a book. And we thought we should write a book together. And then many, many years went by and we wrote lots of rough drafts, and we spent a lot of time editing and writing and rewriting and coming up with new ideas and changing things around. And then finally, the book actually came out and we got to see the pictures, and it was just such an exciting day for an author. The best day for the author is when you get to hold this book in your hand and you think, wow, those ideas that were in my head, they're now in this book that's in the world that I'm now sharing with little kids over in England. And that's just such an absolutely wonderful thing.